we're going to learn how to use Canva to make our own business posters or slide deck presentation, depending on which one is your priority for your business. And we're also going to get feedback and support while we're working on our business assets. Canva is a great tool. If you haven't heard about it before, it's a web platform. All you need to access it is a digital device that can access the internet. And you can use it on your laptop or on your phone. It's brilliant. It's very simple to use. It doesn't require any specialized expertise to operate. And it's very quick and easy to get started with to create visual content or assets for your business. Okay. So this is Canva. Once you make an account and you sign into your account, this is the page that you will see. Now, at first glance, it can seem very confusing and daunting. Do not be afraid. It's all very simple, and we will quickly get to everything that we need. So the most important part that you need to know is on the left-hand side menu, there are a bunch of options. One of them is called Home, which is the page that we are in right now. Every recent design or edit or asset that you create will show up here under recent designs. And if you go into the projects folder, here you will see everything you've created on your account. Now, inside of the projects, you can actually create folders that will help you organize your content and the designs that you make and your files. Now, if you've been through the business brand booster, you will have color palettes that have been suggested for you to use. You will have logos and some other graphics and visual assets. So it's very good practice to include all of our assets into here before we actually start editing. So we want to create a folder, and we're going to name it, for example, if you were to do the slides, we're going to name it my slide. And we're going to create a folder here. Once you have the folder, it shows up on the left-hand side underneath where it says all. And if you click on it, it will open up your folder. Right now it's empty. You can create a design straight inside of a folder, but that's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to click on upload. And then from our computer, we're going to select some of the assets that we have, which in this case, I've picked some pictures of ice cream, which some of you may recognize from previous sessions. And these are some images that I have that I want to incorporate into my designs today. So I'm going to upload them all here into my folder. And then these are kept inside of Canva as long as I don't delete them. So I can keep using and reusing these assets whenever I want to inside of any of my designs. Now, the next part that we're going to do is quickly show you how you can access these files that you upload here from inside of your designs. For that, I'm going to go back to our homepage and create a test blank project template. And this is the inside of Canva. This is where you can use the existing templates from Canva themselves. You have the Elements tab, all of these. But where do I access the files, the images that I just uploaded? To get access to those, you need to come down here to this little tab called Projects. It's a little folder that says Projects underneath. And then from the tab that opens once you click that, if you scroll all the way down, you can see the folder we just created called My Slide, and inside of it there are 4 items. So if you click on that, you will see all of the assets that I've just uploaded onto Canva. I can access here, and straight away I can just click and drag and drop them into my design, and boom, they're there. And now I've got this design, these visuals in my artwork. So you can do this with pictures of your products, your logos, any kind of visual content that you can think of. So you have 2 paths in front of you, and this is I think kind of a new model that we're trying for these sessions. You can decide whether you want to create a business poster today or a slide for your business. If you have a presentation coming up, you can choose the slides one.
Fred might also pre-select you based on what you chose in the type form as to whether you'll be doing a presentation or be doing a sort of more with a table and sort of showing what you're doing at the showcase at the end. And we're going to get into the really fun editing stuff now. But yeah, so don't worry, we will get there. But that asset management stuff is really important, and the more time you spend on Canva, you can come back to this recording and look at that again, because you can organize all of your files and everything. But we've made a template for you today, which we're going to show you in the breakouts. You might be thinking, well, that was 10 minutes or so quick. I mean, as a facilitator who helped to co-design this with Sam, I was definitely thinking that wasn't enough time to show you everything. It's because there's never going to be enough time to show you. We really want you to get in there and start. Canva is super intuitive. It's friendly. We've all used Google Slides. We've used PowerPoint. We've used Word. We've used all these things. Canva is friendly. It's your friend. It's very easy to make a mistake and fix it. It's also very easy to get things right and feel quite good quite quickly, actually, of producing something quite beautiful. So what I'm doing now, just before we break out, is, oh, my message is too long apparently, which is annoying. But anyway, I'm going to just post in here. All right, we have made, as I'm sure Sam said and as I said, we've made templates for you. So you can see these poster templates. You can also see the presentation template. So depending on what you're doing today, please click the right one. So if you are with me in slide decks, please click that one and open that now. All right. You will all have access to that slide deck, and then you can make a copy of it and start editing it. If you are in the poster breakout with Sam, choose one which is based maybe around your business. So if it's food, we've made a food specific one that you can play around with as well. All right. We're going to go into smaller breakouts to be able to ask questions, and also your facilitators, your amazing facilitators, can show you some more tricks and tips as we go, right? So, you know, you can start playing around with colors a little bit, not in the slide deck too much. We don't want to go crazy in the slide decks. In the posters you can, I'm sure Sam showed you that, but click here and you'll be able to find these templates which you can copy for yourselves and use them for yourselves, because starting from a blank template is really hard unless you have that visual brain, which I definitely don't. I think every presentation I've ever made at TERN has come from template and I've just edited it. So there we go. That was all Fred's brain. Fred's the mastermind behind those. So, you know, it's okay. You know, use that. Use your time in storytelling and really perfecting your script and your slides or your poster as well.
It's they've made it very easy and straightforward. So what you do is you click on the link that I dropped in the chat. It's canva.com. Once you're in here, there's a purple button that says sign up for free, and that's what we're going to do. So once you click on that, you have two options. If you have a Gmail account, if you have a Google email address, then you can continue with Google, which is what I always do, because I'll find it a lot easier than remembering all of my passwords. Or you can continue another way and make an account using just your email address by clicking on the continue with email option. So if you do this one, it will ask you to give you your email address, and after you give them your email address, it'll also ask you to put in a password. So say I have some designs here. And this is the one that you've just copied. This is the template you made a copy of. There's a little 3-dot icon at the top of it. If you click on that, it will actually open up a little menu where it has an option move to folder. So if you've already created a folder before, then you can choose that folder right now, or you can create a new one. Once you sign up, this is the home page that we were on before. You'll come here again. The first thing you'd want to do is go to your projects, and if you have any photos of your business, you want to create a new folder, and you can name it anything that you want, but as long as you upload everything in there so you can find it later on, it will be super helpful for you. Once you've done this, we're going to go into actually like creating a poster, and we're just going to use the poster empty templates, that the blank templates that Canva provides. And it's just here where it says you might want to try. And the third option is a poster. We've got a blank template in front of us in Canva, and we want to put some nice visuals in it. We want to add some text. We want to create a poster. So what are the things that we can do? In Canva, there's a lot of free items for you to use on the free account. And these include elements, which is on the left-hand menu here. And this menu on the left-hand side, this is the most important part where you will be doing most of your work with. So say I want to put in a shape of a triangle, a circle, or if you want to put some graphics, you can find them all inside of elements. And this also includes images. So Canva has a directory of a lot of images that some of them you can use for free. And all you have to do is just click on it and it will jump inside of your canvas where your kind of like your graphic is. So you can take these pictures and you can edit them however you like. One of the main things about pictures is the edit photo option, which you also have if you upload your own pictures. If you click on it, it has a few different tools on the left-hand side as well as filters. The background remover in particular, I'll find to be very, very useful for those of you who have products in your businesses. So if you have jewelries and you take pictures of your jewelry and you want to remove the background, you want it to just be like a white plain background, the background remover tool is fantastic. Aside from that, you can add filters, you can add effects, you can make your pictures blurry, less or more. So make it a bit bigger so you can see. So you can change how your images appear inside of your design. But say, you know, this is not like what you're looking to do. You're looking to crop your image for a bit. Those are all at the top where it says adjust and crop. Each one of these gives you control over a set of settings that will change the image that you've selected inside of your design. So right now we have this picture of these two ladies with their pink backdrop. We can change the color temperature. We can make the colors look quite different than they actually are in the photo. And we can also crop the image or rotate it. So this little bar here where it says rotate, it'll actually like turn our image around. So we could have our picture set sideways if we wanted to. So it's all just tools for you to use however you want to create your visuals. And it's all kind of like gives you the opportunity to really get creative with things. But you know, the most important part usually for posters is to kind of like have a template of a general design that you want to follow, or an example that you would like to recreate. But that's for the images. Let's quickly run through the rest of the items on the left-hand side so you have an idea what they are, okay? So if you have anything visual that you want to put in your design, you go to the Elements tab. This includes stuff like shapes, graphics, stickers, photos, or even videos and audio. You can find them all inside of Elements. If you want to put in text inside of your design, the tab that says text is the main one that you can use. So in here, you can choose from a very simple text box, or you can go down and pick any of these styles that you like. So for example, I would like to try the glow one on my design. I click on it and it automatically goes on there. And then I can use the little circles around the file or the item that I've selected to drag it and make it smaller or bigger. And the same thing applies to the photos and every other element inside of your design. So I'm gonna bring this a bit like higher and put it up there, make it look nicer. And I quite like that. The next one is the Uploads tab. So you can upload files here to use within your design, but it gets quite chaotic once you upload more than a few files. So I recommend that you upload files inside of the project tab like we did earlier before, to make sure that everything is kept organized, all of your files are in the same place, and that you don't misplace images or pieces of graphics that you might want to use later on. The other options are kind of like more kind of like around like doing designs on your oh, we have our breakout time is coming to an end. These are the main ones that we're going to be using to create our templates and our slides for our posters and our slides. And we will get a chance to get more hands-on with these later on. Don't worry about the draws or the apps. We're not going to be using these a lot or at all. So we'll be just using mainly the elements and texts and the projects tabs.
So we're going to be talking about Canva today, and specifically presentations, because you guys are all going to be making a presentation. Now, the good news for you is we've made a template for you, so you don't need to start from zero. So we've made a template that you can edit, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. Okay, so to start with, this is what Canva looks like. Okay, so you've got that link. So we're going to start with logging in and signing up to Canva. It's really simple. You can do it by Google. So if you have an account already on Google, you can literally click sign up with Google or Facebook or email or another way. Really straightforward. I'm going to log in with my personal email that I don't have a Canva account. So now I all of a sudden within 30 seconds have a Canva account. How amazing is that? Okay, so I have never had a Canva account before on my personal email, and now I do. So you can see within 30 seconds, I have that. I'm going to put that I'm a non-profit and charity, and I'm going to get started. I'm going to skip this because this is just, Canva does have a really cool thing. If you do register as a non-profit, we can talk about that later, where they'll give you, they'll give it to you for free. But if you are a non-profit, but that comes later down the line. For now, we're going to just skip. And we're going to skip all of this stuff as you go. We want to just be here on this dashboard. Okay. So these are the assets that was talked about earlier, and you've got projects and templates and all of these things, all right? Don't worry about that right now. We're going to get there. As we play with Canva, you'll see more stuff. For the purpose of today is to really focus on making your first asset, which is going to be a slide deck, okay? Now, we have made one for you here at TERN already, all right? So I'm going to share the link with you. I'm just going to refresh this, because I believe it will then show me on my own account. So this is something that I made along with Fred. Actually made it, to be fair, last year. I just refined it this year. And so you've got how a presentation should go bit by bit all the way, all right, for your showcase. So you can use this, it's yours to use, and you can make it your own. Now, you only have a view only. So to make this yours, what you need to do is you need to click File, and then you make a copy. And that's now created a copy in my Canva account, all right? So here I am, Lucas is here, and I can rename this as Lucas Farbing slide deck template. I can call this Lucas's org, okay? And here I have my own copy of a presentation. Now, I have everything that I need to go through. So the way we've structured our presentations is very similar to your pitch script that you would have been working on. So we have a little welcome, you introduce yourself, and then the next slide is you introduce yourself with who you are, about yourself, and what is your business, okay? Or what is your social business? You then go on to talking exactly what it's called, or describing your business or your product or your social enterprise in 1 or 2 lines. You talk about your customers, you talk about their problems and their needs. You talk about the solutions, you talk about your solutions for your organization and the key features and how it's unique. You talk about any evidence or user feedback that you might have already got. So from your test, what did you learn? How are you growing? How are you changing? And then you go, what's your big vision? Where are you working towards? And what are your next steps? And a nice little thank you and any questions. As you can see, our slide deck follows the script pretty straightforwardly. In a slide deck or in a presentation, you need to talk and have a script in front of you so you don't go and start talking about something completely random. But also you need some visuals, and Canva is going to be your visuals. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be really playing around with these visuals. Now, as you can see, I can move things around. Now, if you ever make a mistake in Canva, this is the first thing I want to teach you. If you accidentally move that there, and I want everybody to write this down, you can do Control Z, move it straight back, or you can push this little button here, which is undo. Canva is so friendly. I've used a lot of different softwares in my time, and Canva is the most intuitive, all right? So this is how you get to here, right? And now I want to just show you how you play around with it. And the reason why we've only got 10 minutes is because Canva is a sort of software where you've just got to have a go and start trying. But I'm going to show you some really important tricks and tips to start with to get you started. So down the left-hand side, we have all these things, which is elements and text and your brand hub and your upload and drawings and different projects. For now, I want to focus on this one here, which is upload. So what you can do with Canva is you can upload files directly from your computer. Now, if I go to a specific file that I have made for today called Canva Photos, right? I can upload here some really nice photographs, which I want for my presentation. So I want these, which I've selected already, and I've got them from my phone, I've got them from downloading them from places, and I can click open, and now they're all being uploaded into Canva. Now, what's awesome about this program is you can use our template, but you don't need to start deleting things. Instead, what I can do is I can move, once they've uploaded, so my internet's a bit slow today. But once it's all uploaded, so they're now saved in here, I can move directly by holding this. So you see where it says drag from uploads, a photo, and move it to over here to replace this image. If I do that, it will automatically replace that image for you, right? So maybe actually I want this picture here. Oh, you need to make sure it's a bit fiddly, but you got to make sure that it's in. It automatically replaces what was the bike. Okay, so I can move things around depending. So that's the first thing I want to show you is that upload. But then you start moving things about in Canva quite easily. So I could maybe put my welcome here. And maybe actually this thing I don't want, I can just delete it. But maybe this white, I'm not sure, so I want to go with a different color here. So I click text color, similar to Word and other softwares, and I can change it. And now it's become black, okay? And then as we go through the presentation, again, I'm going to put a picture of myself here. It auto sizes it for you, which is the best thing. So you don't end up with some crazy skewed thing or anything like that. It auto sizes it. And as you change, you can write super easily, right? Now you can move things around. So you can move that over there if you wanted. Oh, made a mistake. I can move it there. All right. So we can go through that already. Within 2 minutes, I've started to make a very small slide deck where I've introduced myself and I've got a little welcome page. Now, maybe I want to be talking a little bit more about my big vision. Now, sometimes with Canva, you might want to move things around. So if I put that in there as an auto slide, it's worked really well, but maybe I want to make this bigger. And this is quite an important thing, is if you double click here, you can see that I'm not showing all of the image. So I can change what I want here to show here. And this is important because this will impact your images and how you show them. So instead of having to do this and move things around and get them right, in Canva, what's great is if you double click it, you can choose what size you want on your, and made a mistake, do Control Z. You can choose how to crop and how to adjust. You can put effects on it as well and move things around. And that's just by double clicking. The point is, we want to get stuck into this. And I've just showed you the very, very, very basics now, is because it's so intuitive that it's almost that I can't teach it, which is why we've closed the breakouts already and we want to get in. Because we're going to go back now in a minute, but you've just got to get stuck in and start playing around and try it. What I would say with this specifically for a pitch deck, keep the form that we've given you, okay? Because if you start moving it around, it might get a bit complicated, and less is definitely more in the words, and you have your script to say things. So keep your bullet points really, really short, right? You don't need to tell everything in one bullet point. You can say it in a small amount, okay?
Just like Bijosolo said, keywords, visuals, make them feel something alongside understanding the basics, and the rest comes through the speech. But today, when you start making the slide deck, think visual, think feelings, think keywords, not writing a novel.
Say you've done your design, here's your poster or your slides, and you want to share this with your coach and your mentor, which you should do. We want to click on the share option on the top right hand side, and here where it says people with access, we want to add our team. We want to add our mentor and our coach. So type in their email address here. So for example, I'm going to add Lucas, and then I'm also going to give him the option to edit, because I want him to have full control and full access to this design. So he can help me change things if we wanted to. And then I'm just going to click send. And once I do this, it will share my design with Mr. Lucas, which will also give him access to this design and all of the files that I've used inside of it, so he can help work with me on it.
Seamlessly, that was actually my computer that you're now seeing, where I actually have access to change this. So from Sam, okay, by clicking that link he gave me. So,
yeah, and it's really cool. You can see when he's working on something specific, you can see his name next to it. Now, I hope you've all found some value in today's session, getting hands-on with Canva and getting started on making your business assets. Canva is very versatile. All you need is a computer and a browser to access it from anywhere, but it also has some really great mobile apps. So if you take your phone out, if you're on Android, you can scan this QR code here and you can download Canva for your phone. It's actually very powerful, and you can make really good designs just from your phone as well. And if you are on the Apple phones, on the iOS phones, we'll also have that for you. I'm also going to put the links in the chat so you can find them. And it's in the chat now. Now, if you're on iOS, also, again, very powerful Canva phone app. So download it. You can also have it on your laptops, on the Mac OS. Really good apps. Now, our next TERN Skills session is next week, same time, same day, 27th of July, 5:15 to 7:15. And we're going to be going through creating a great LinkedIn account, how to make your LinkedIn profile stand out, and how to use it to connect and promote yourself and your businesses. And I'm also going to drop the RSVP link in the chat. So if you want to go ahead and register your spots and your interest for next week's session, you can do so here. With that being said, sorry, Mr. Fred.
No, just to say that some of you actually wrote in your survey this week that you really wanted a LinkedIn support. So you can't really miss that session if you wrote that, yeah? And also everybody really needs a LinkedIn for the final event, because without it, people won't stay connected to you as easily. So you want to make sure you get the most out of it. Don't miss it.
Absolutely, LinkedIn's great. And aside from that, we love feedback. We want to hear what you guys thought about the session today. Especially like, did you like the new format? Did you like the more hands-on approach? Let us know. Take out your phone, scan the QR code, give us some feedback, help us make these sessions better, help us deliver more value to you, and to improve these sessions for you. With that said, today's session is wrapped up, and thank you for everyone for attending and showing up, and the effort and the work that you've put in on creating your business assets. You've done some amazing works today. Very proud, and I look forward to seeing the more